Reformed, the only team qualified for BlizzCon, cannot say it enough, is going up against a brand new team. Who's going to come out on top in the blind?
All right, the gates have opened, ladies and gentlemen. This is a lower bracket final round. Last chance to make it to the grand finals. Will Reformed snuff out the dreams of this newcomer team, Team Riviera, or will Team Riviera overcome it, as they have defeated Tempo Storm earlier on in the tournament and really shown that they are capable of extending games for quite some time and then finding kills deeper into dampening, which is a viable option if you want to go that route to victory. You have to wait and find out if Reformed's aggression can do it. We see a double Mortal Coil early on from Dream and Yasha. He's looking for a Chaos. Well, gets interrupted by Dizio. That stun from Zakat just 1 second too late. And Tasha trying to cross the battlefield, looking for some crowd control under Relza, who immediately trades out the pain suppression. They followed up with their pens. This is great crowd control from Team Riviera. Their offensive play this game is so good. Flappers dipping digitally with the fear now secured. The entire team of Reformed is on very low HP. Relza in full retreat, and Reformed are playing scared. Team Riviera have stepped up their crowd control this game.
They have no chance. They need to be defending Relza from these repentances, and Tasha cannot be permitted to run in, get a Hodge, and a full repentance. Unfortunately, Flappers missed his kick there, so wasn't able to land that, and that is where all this momentum and pressure is stemmed from. Full trap now over onto Tasha. He decides to just trinket out immediately, use that wings, top off his team, and now the double Chaos Bolt comes in once again to Dizio and Flappers. Relza just line of sighting and Tasha looking. You can see this is a game of cat and mouse between Tasha and Relza. Tasha wants to land that Hammer of Justice. Relza wants to line of sight. He does not want to get crowd control, because if he gets caught into those chains, that's when he gets he falls behind so dearly.
All right, the next trap on Tasha could be trouble. Dizio is looking to snipe that out. Is he going to find it? He finds the trap. This could be trouble for Dream and Yasha, who trades out his unending resolve. I would likely see a swap to Zakat. Maybe they're just going to try and go through it. I don't know how much more crowd control they have. Maybe Flappers is a stun for the Paladin, but Tasha's trying to make a cheeky play. He gets intercepted with the stun. He moves in for the Hammer of Justice. Relza human racials out of it to avoid the repentance. Good line of sight from Reformed, and they're doing a very hit and run based strategy. Unfortunately for Relza, his mana is not looking too hot. Team Riviera definitely look like they have the advantage.
Yeah, Relza just trying to top off his team so they can get aggressive once again. They need to get that CC onto Tasha, and Tasha still has his bubble. That's really the only thing he has left. Chaos Bolt connects to Flappers. Repentance comes in onto Relza as well. Wasn't able to get that premonition off. Now Flappers having to line of sight. Dizio as well. Zakat chasing him down, wants to keep up all those barrel bleeds, be in a position to interrupt Relza, but he gets bashed up, and Tasha, though, in his line of sight, should be able to heal him up. Spell lock out onto Relza as he spams out those Shadowmans over and over and over, stabilizing that HP just a little bit. And Tasha now caught into the main. Do they have a full trap? They do. Dream and Yasha could be in a lot of trouble. Bubble coming in from Tasha. Dream and Yasha's will survive that go, but now Team Riviera doesn't really have anything left in terms of defense.
Ooh, Relza premonition that full repentance. If that had landed, Flappers would easily be dead right now. So nice play from Relza. The mana is starting to even out. This game is looking closer and closer for either team. Dizio just staying at the pillar, waiting for that trap to come off of cooldown, and then they're going to jump right back onto the Warlock. Mortal Coil has landed them away. Dream and Yasha looking for Chaos Bolt, gets interrupted. Flappers is looking to stun the healer. Then Dizio needs to land a trap, but Zakat actually stunned Dizio away, and Zakat moved on top of the Paladin trying to eat the trap, so Relza's going to mind control him instead and maybe move him away so Dizio can land a trap. I can imagine that bursting shot is available. We can see Dream and Yasha had to trade out Unending Resolve even before the trap was landed, and this could actually be the swing around for Reformed, as Dream and Yasha really has nothing left. If Dizio can land the trap, he lands it. Dream and Yasha has nothing. Blessing of Protection, if he can purge it off. He's hanging at 10%. They just need one more Ferocious Bite to kill him. Dream and Yasha somehow staying alive, but no health. He's going to ultimately go down. Team Riviera were so close to finding victory, but Reformed constantly weaving in and out with the hit and run, find an opening and take the kill.
Somebody call the police. Flappers is on a rampage with this catitude, making the Grand Arena look like a litter box. We're going to see Reformed on the composition that they have made their own, take down the blind pick and get the early momentum in this series in a matchup that, Zico, you said, hey, look, they're probably disadvantaged in this one.
Yeah, and I mean, for a long time, it did look that way. We had a really good opener from Team Riviera where they landed that Hammer of Justice into that full. The reason why Dream Nyasha is super low on HP right now is because they bashed up Tasha, and Dizio didn't want to risk landing the trap because, as you can see here, Tasha and Zakat are pretty close to each other. So earlier on, he didn't really want to go for the trap, and instead, Relza went for that mind control, and now Dizio Dizio followed up the mind control with this bursting shot right here, and this is kind of a, you kind of don't have a good choice here if you're on Tasha. You could sit this bursting shot right here and try to trinket the trap and keep Dream Nyasha alive that way, but at the same time, if you sit it, he might also just die here. So this is a very difficult choice you have to make sometimes as a healer, and I guess in this case, Antasha thought, hey, maybe I can avoid the trap a little bit with good movement and trinket out of this bursting shot and just try to keep my Warlock alive for one more setup, and then we'll see, we'll take it from there. Unfortunately for him, this is what happens. He's gonna be trinketing out. Dizio's gonna get DR stunned by Zakat, and look at Dizio, he's gonna slow up Antasha and snipe that trap. Antasha, beautiful bop when the trap is traveling, but Relza, as you can see, is spamming that dispel. He managed to get it off, and there is a kick. Actually, Flappers does get feared. There's no kick available.
It's going to be a very, very important series. We cannot reiterate the stakes at this moment. Reformed or Team Riviera, one will advance to the grand finals where you really get into the serious amount of points for Season 2. Reform does have that lead. Team Riviera trying to tie it up here.
This is definitely going to be a furious match.
Okay, you guys are both fired. All right, I'm going to take it from here.
All right, let's cast this one then.
Yeah, Dreaming Yasha, he's going to be setting up his gateway, and Tasha just throwing out some heals, stacking up some healing over on a Dreaming Yasha, but you can Reform, they're completely fine with just running away. I just want to apologize for everything that's happening right now.
Yeah, we're having an issue with all the casters here. We're going to be taking this one
The catsters.
The catsters.
Hey, man, if they're going to play for dampening, this gives us a couple minutes to meow here.
A punnertunity.
Let's have some fun, Sid.
I mean, both teams are just deciding to give no ground. I mean, I'm not entirely sure which side is 100% going to benefit from dampening. The Hunter's damage is a little bit easier to get off than the Warlock's moving into dampening, so if they just want to wait for it, they could easily do it. Obviously, you give yourself a disadvantage as the Feral Druid to open first, because then the other Feral Druid can open on you for a cat attack.
Yeah, Relza throwing in some damage onto Dreamin' Yasha, just not going to acknowledge anything you're saying anymore. All right.
Come on, Ben, try your best.
Time, sharpen their claws. And they say, Paulese, if you're going to play this way, we can too. Cat see, cat do.
Is that going to be Sea-Doo's
Yeah.
Druid's name? Cat do.
Better than Sea-Dad.
All right, looks like Flappers has had enough of this. He's going to initiate the attack, stunning up Zakat. Triple Inferno, though, from Dreaming Yasha going to deny any sort of pressure build-up now into a bash. And Tasha preemptively casted Tear's Deliverance, so that big heal is going to be activated for this initial crowd control. That was a nice play from Antasha. That's going to give his team quite a bit of a lead. Dreaming Yasha looking for a Chaos Bolt, gets Skull Bash. He's likely to look for another one here very shortly as Dizio is caught into a stun. A Chaos Bolt has been casted. Dizio taking the damage, tons of it, down on 10% and almost going down through it. A full Repentance has still been secured. If they have more crowd control for Relza, a full fear. Dizio is exposed in the middle of the map. And another fear. If he can get one Chaos Bolt, could find the kill. Dizio is just hiding for his life. Relza finally out of crowd control and able to take a moment to breathe.
And that is what is so scary about playing Relentless in that situation. You get caught into a full CC, and it just gets followed up over and over and over. The Blessing of Protection was used defensively, though, on a Dreaming Yasha, so no, he doesn't have that available. On any resolve is going to be cast out with that bursting shot over onto Natasha, so Dreaming Yasha trying to keep himself alive, but that cooldown ultimately is going to fade. Silence, beautiful silence. That was a double coil coming in from Dreaming Yasha, and he got silenced on it by Dizio, so very well done. Now a fear onto Flappers. He's going to get dispelled out of that. Maim onto Flappers. Chaos Bolts connect once again onto Dizio. Relza playing very far away. You can see just trying to keep his team topped and alive so they can get that CC and slowly work through some of these cooldowns.
All right. Full trap has been landed onto Antasha. He's immediately going to trinket and use Blessing of Sacrifice. Now with the Sacrifice activated, the Warlock's basically immortal. This is when they need to make a push and get crowd control on Relza. And Relza knows that, so he immediately just retreated back. They got Sacrifice. They'll retreat and avoid crowd control. Wait for it to be over, then make another push. Sacrifice is over. It's time to move out. Dreaming Yasha trying to get some Chaos Bolts on the Flappers. They're going to stun him up. Relza into the stun as well. He decides to use Human Racial. Flappers is dangerously low. Barrier is protecting him for now. That was a preemptive Blessing of Protection from Antasha trying to predict the crowd control. That won't be available later. Dreamin' Yasha needs to find a kill soon.
Yeah, Dreamin' Yasha looking to get that fear, but Relza with beautiful positioning, and now Antasha doesn't have anything left in terms of defense except that bubble. That's the last thing we could ultimately see it forced out here as he is caught into the full trap. Do they have any follow-up CC? Dreamin' Yasha getting lower and lower. Bursting shot into Antasha. Still just going to be sitting that. Looks like he did get the sacrifice.
He switched to an imp.
Yasha.
Dreamin' Yasha pulled out an imp. I'm not sure if that actually ended up dispelling the trap because the trap didn't land out of the bursting shot. but it was an interesting decision from Dream and Yasha regardless, but he's still just falling behind with very limited left, and Reformed are just going to claim victory despite playing it out patiently at the start, still showing that they can clean this up and find a kill. It was a close call at the start of the game, but ultimately, Reformed are very polished.
Yeah, gotta respect Team Riviera. They actually decided to use some of those key defensives offensively, going for that offensive Blessing of Protection into the fear out of the Repentance, and that almost secured the...
Reformed just one game away from getting to the grand final. Team Riviera needs to make something happen here, or they are getting sent home.
Yeah, and we haven't commented yet on Disley yet. He's going to be playing that Subtlety Rogue, so a little bit more control here. Going to be looking for those one-shot kills with that Destruction Warlock. Are they going to be able to do it? Probably. It's going to be difficult, I believe. You know, Relza, he's doing a good job positionally in this matchup. Flappers and Dizio should have a lot of pressure here. There's the full blind over on the Relza. Keep in mind, he's playing Relentless, so he can't trinket out of that. And Tasha looking for that Repentance, manages to line that as well. Dizio taking quite a bit of damage. This could easily be the aspect of the turtle right away. Look at all that portal damage coming in from Dream and Yasha. Some fireworks in this third game.
Flappers was low in the back line as well as Disley was going after him. Relza trying to recover. He ends up getting interrupted there on that. And Tasha now caught into a stun, which means Dream and Yasha is forced to trade out his Unending Resolve. But even with that pop, Flappers is the Pharaoh Druid with the most damage ever in the game, almost crushing him through it. And Tasha is desperately trying to recover. Relza's cheeky. He's trying to cross the map, and he just walked into a full fear. Premonition's the fear, but now there's no premonition for that full Repentance. So maybe they can find some opportunities. Chaos Bolt gets interrupted. Flappers preemptively Survival Instincts, expecting a stun. So Disley, it's going to go on the Hunter instead. Double Mortal Coil. Dream and Yasha needs this Chaos Bolt. Flappers is very far away from Relza. Relza's forced to run into the middle of the map again, which means he's exposed to a potential fear that's being casted. A full fear. He premonitions it. Smoke Bomb gets dropped. Flappers got into bear form right before it, but that might not be enough as Chaos Bolts are flying. Well, I guess it will be enough there. Flappers barely survives. If he was not in bear form, he would have easily had to trinket or die at that point. So nice preemptive play from Flappers.
That was such a good job by Flappers there, able to survive that setup. Dizio now getting bursted down a little bit. Dream and Yasha positioned very far away, just trying to get that casted damage out. Dizio, Relza, as well as Flappers now going to be pushing in, getting that bash over onto Natasha, who decides to use that human racial to get out of it into the full Wyvern Sting, but I'm not sure what actually broke that. I think he might have sacrificed it. Something broke that Wyvern Sting, unfortunately, for Reformed, and now Natasha's not going to be put in any CC, and it's time for Team Riviera to get aggressive. Disley looking for his target. Kidney shot onto Dizio with the full Repentance onto Relza. Cheap shot on the Trinket. Nicely done by Disley, but unfortunately the damage is not there. Flappers peeling all that casted damage coming in from Dream and Yasha.
Yeah, it was the human racial from Dizio, so the next stun DR, if they can do it immediately, Dizio could be in trouble. And Tasha, though, gets counter shot into a full stun, and Dream and Yasha is completely exposed. And Tasha is forced to Divine Shield and Sacrifice. Unfortunately, at the same time that Dream and Yasha gated backwards, so it was a bit of a mistake there. Dream and Yasha is trying to get in position. Chaos Bolts are flying with no trinket for 2 seconds. With no trinket for 2 seconds, they're going to get the kill. Oh, Dizio was so close to being able to survive, but Team Riviera found that one opening and just took it.
You called it, man. They took advantage of that opening onto Dizio perfectly. His trinket came up the second he died, or even closer than that. So very well done by them, bringing in this Subtlety Rogue and making it work.
That's one of the things that you can really make happen, too, in those online settings, right? You're going to have everything. Already know the other team waiting there, but this could be it, Sid.
Yeah, and as Runes of Lordaeron is a cemetery, it would be a fitting final resting place for Team Riviera. There's already tombstones with their names written on it, so we have to see if they can pull this back. Disley finally pulling a win for his team last time. Can he do it again? This map is actually going to favor both teams. The open field, Chaos Bolt likes no pillars. At the same time, Hunters also like no pillars, so this could definitely be a chaotic game.
Yeah, Dream and Yasha is going to be stuck in the middle of the map. Flappers now caught into the fear, gets a bash over onto Natasha. Looks like they're trying to get that damage going over onto Dream and Yasha, and actually Flapper just in bear form right now. He realizes he is the target of choice. He forces the Rogue to open him up on bear form. Dream and Yasha getting lower and lower. That is going to be the Trinket Blessing of Protection. Are they going to be able to dispel it? Doesn't look like Relza has the free time just yet. That Blessing of Protection is going to sit full as Flappers, Dizio, and Relza pull back in retreat. And Tasha sniping out that full Repentance there. Flappers getting a little bit scared. He's going to be getting into that bear form to barely get away.
Nice one, man. All right, Unending Resolve traded out for Dream and Yasha, though, in that last attempt, which means he's going to be very exposed, and Natasha needs to save him. Let's see how they decide to deal with this. Will they choke under the pressure? This is match point. Dream and Yasha trying to retreat away so Natasha can hold that Divine Shield, but ultimately has to use it. Luckily, on the freezing trap, the longest crowd control, so that's going to buy Dream and Yasha at least an opportunity to swing this back. Dizio has no trinket for 18 seconds. If they can get a clean setup on the Hunter in that window, they might be able to get a kill. They've got basically this opportunity to kill Dizio, or I don't think they're going to be able to do it. They drop the smoke already, pre-life grip, the smoke bomb, pulling Dizio back to safety behind the box. Nice read from Relza to see that opening and deny it.
Relza always makes these hero plays. Full bursting shot onto Natasha. Do they have follow-up? Chaos Bolt on the Flappers as he's caught into the cheap shot spam. Dream and Yasha is going to be able to survive there ultimately, but Natasha, nothing left in terms of defense. An XCC chain, this is a nightmare situation. Flappers charging in. He wants to close out this game. Unending Resolve is going to be used. Kidney shot over onto Dizio. He's getting Chaos Bolts off with that. Archangel has a response from Relza. Do they have any more CC for Natasha? Doesn't look like it. Blessing and Protection going to be used out once again. Relza not able to dispel it. Dream and Yasha is going to be casting out a Chaos Bolt, but he's just rotting down. No healing coming in from Natasha at this point. Flappers uses the survival instincts as he charges in to close out this game. Dream and Yasha spamming out the fears, but he's so low. Is he going to be able to survive? And Tasha, not enough throughput to keep him up. And Reformed is going to take this series 3-1. Unbelievable, dominating performance.
Those full DR fears are not going to turn Flappers into a scaredy cat. He's able to bite right in and ensure victory. We are going to see Reformed going to the grand finals. I think it was surprising to even see them drop down as early as they did into this lower bracket, but they went on an absolute tear, and now they are going to be
in this game, trying to use his premonition to avoid that blind earlier in that clip. Again, he's predicting the smoke bomb and gripping his teammate out of that smoke bomb as it goes down. He's been on point this entire tournament. Relza really been putting on a great performance so far, and then here we have the final seconds of the game, and you know that it is the final seconds when you take a look at these cooldowns, so you can see everything is unavailable for Natasha. He's gonna be getting maimed up. You can see his Warlock is not doing too great on HP. No Unending Resolve available either, and at this point you kind of have turtled it out. I like this is what Reformed always does. When Flappers is a low target, he still just uses his survival instincts to stay aggressive and not have to run back and try to hold on to it. He realizes we have the momentum now, we can actually end this game. So I like the pain suppression as well from Relza to allow him to stay aggressive, because that is a big part of the game as well, allowing your teammates to be aggressive and using your defensives kind of offensively when you play comps like jungle, like Rogue Mage. And we can see that beautiful bursting shot as well onto Natasha.